Alrighty, what is good? I am going to review Friday, NFP Friday's price action. It is December 8th, 2023. Today was a relatively good day for this scalping strategy. Me personally, I have been done since Wednesday. I already met my goal for the week of 3.5%. So I closed any live trades and was not planning on taking any more for the rest of the week. So that is why I have not executed any of these. I've just been strictly tape reading since Wednesday AM session. That is when I wrapped everything up and called it a week for me. So hopping into this initially, so 840, we had our 840. Let me go ahead and mark it out. The vertical line, 840 right here. We had no valid setups presented up until about 9:02-ish. None of these were valid. None of them met with the entry criteria. So obviously no entries were taken. But our first setup was presented right here. We displaced above this little high. This is almost in a form a mini change and state of delivery, CISD. So it even adds more higher probability to this setup. As you can see, it absolutely ripped. But in accordance to where we go break even, it did come down and would have stopped us out by one tick at break even before absolutely rip into the upside. So this one would have gone right here. We would have gone break even right at 6 points, pulled one off at 12. And then as you can see, we had an impulse move down, coming back into this order block one more time before we moved up higher. So getting into the next one, we did actually have a relatively valid loser. I probably more than likely would have taken this just because structure is pretty bullish. We did already reprice off of this fair value gap. So this is what makes this valid. If this was opened and we hadn't tapped into this, I would not have taken this. But since we did, this is 100% valid in my eyes. And as you can see, market structure obviously was still bullish because we did continue up. It's just bad entry point. It's whatever. Every model is going to have a loser no matter what. There's never going to be a 100% win rate strategy. Especially when you're scalping on the lower time frames, as there's more opportunities, so there's more opportunities to be losers, but at the same time, there's also more opportunities to be winners. That's at the end of the day, that's our goal, is to come out profitable. So moving into the next one, we did not get another clean one. There was one almost on this move, but this unfilled fair value gap up here made me not want to even consider that. So I just waited for the next opportunity to present itself, and it did that at 9:44. Keep in mind, these are all Central Standard Time times, not New York time. So getting into this one right here, what do we have right here? We have the short-term high put in right there, as well as that one. We both displaced above them. And following that, we created a fair value gap on that displacement leg. There are no unfilled fair value gaps down here. So what we do, we get our gone box right there, we draw it out, fill that fair value gap with it, and then set our limit at the top yellow line. This also, if you want to add extra confluence in right here, we do have this order block right here. When market structure is flipping to bullish, down close candles should support price. So in theory, this is exactly what it did right here. So like I said, you're just adding extra confluence to your trade, adding more conviction. Ultimately, this is going to help you stay sane, especially in trades, especially on the low time frame, because it moves so fast. You can kind of get caught up in some things, but that's why I always preach, if you back test this, you will find success in probably a week or two. Just, you need screen time. That's it. So this one did go to our full 18 points. We would have gone break even right there. Pulled our first one off right there and let the rest run to 18. And then following that, we did have one more that fit within the criteria. Nothing up here to catch this move. We came up here, almost took this high, but we didn't quite yet. There was likely SMT here. I have not checked. Not that that really matters, but that's just something to keep in mind. But this was the next valid setup right here. We had the short-term low put in right here. We displaced below that with pretty damn strong displacement. Obviously, just at the magnitude of this fair value gap right here. We also inversed this fair value gap. This is what I like to do. I like to add extra conviction. Not necessary. Something you'll have as you spend more screen time and going over these trades is you can toss in stuff like this. Just add more conviction, like I said. So what we do here, we have this fair value gap right here. We displace below this low. We get our gone box. We draw it out in the fair value gap. We set our limit at the bottom yellow line because that's a short. So right here, we get tapped in on the second candle right there. Very, very minimal drawdown right here. So obviously this one just absolutely dumped. We got on break even right there. pulled our first one off there and let rest run to 18 points. So I believe that was the final. There was actually a pyramid setup right here. No, that wouldn't have tapped us in, actually. Let me check. No, that wouldn't have tapped us in because that's the third candle right there. It has to be in 2. So nothing right there. I believe that was it for the AM session. So it did go 1, 2, 3, 3 and 1, which can't complain, especially on NFP Friday. And according to my calculations, that's 2.65%. So whatever you're risking, times that by 2.65. So if you're risking 700, you would be netting 1855 on this, which is plenty for like if you're using a 50K account. But yeah, pretty good trades this morning session. Price action was actually pretty damn clean. We did have some good moves. Did not expect it to be this smooth just because NFP, but it is what it is. This is what the market presented us with, and we must execute what we see. I'll catch y'all in the next video on Monday going over more price action. And if y'all have any questions in the meantime, feel free to join my Discord. It is linked in my Twitter bio at ATP Trades. And like I said, any questions you have, just let me know. I'll try to answer as many as I can. But yeah, peace.